Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of our Transport Fever 2 Chicago Northwestern themed playthrough. This is episode 8. And before we get started with the main goal for today, I'm going to tell you about just a quick adjustment that I made off camera that you're seeing right now, which is I have changed up what we've been using for our passenger rolling stock because we were running into huge backlogs, like 300, 400 people, waiting to get onto trains from our stations here, and so I had to do something about that. So I used some of our other assets and basically kept the same idea as the Zephyr, but it was electrified, and it took us from about 50 people per consist to about 83 to 83 people per consist, as you can see, and it's helped out quite a bit. So at times it's peaked all the way up to 830. Right now we're floating around in the 500s, but that's good because we're still profitable, and it helped ease off that congestion, like I said. So I just wanted to show that before we got started with the main gist for today. So the main gist for today is we're going to go to the bottom corner of the map, and we're going to start our other railroad today, which is, well, I said it was going to be the Pennsylvania, but it is now 1969, which means it would not be the Pennsylvania, it would be the Penn Central, because by this point in history, the Pennsylvania Railroad and the New York Central have merged. So that's all right, because in fact that just kind of opens it up because we can still use some Pennsylvania assets and even some New York Central assets, plus some Penn Central assets. So that'll be cool. So we've got the town of I'm just going to call it PSL, Port St. Lucie, right here. And if you missed last episode, our goal is to get this tools factory online. We've got the forest and the sawmill right here, so easy peasy to do. And then not only start funneling in tools here, but also we're going to build a cargo airport down here, and we're going to chuck them all the way to the other side of the map that you can't even see because of the fog. And we're going to make sure to get, we're going to send tools over there, but then critically, and I've already got it online, that was another off-camera piece that I did, we're going to fly machines back. And it's probably the one mechanic in this game that I feel is a little bit skewed, is how much money you can make off of airlines. But selling goods both ways, we're going to make crazy money, which will give us the funds we need to do a lot of the ambitious railroad stuff that we want to do in our remaining episodes. Because remember, our goal with this is we want to connect every city, and we want to have all cities have both of their supply needs being met. That's our goal. So let's start by prepping this town. We got to do a few different things here. I'm going to also put a bus service in because our other goal next episode is to start a passenger service from PSL up to Clearwater, up to Philly, and then we'll have a jumper route between Philly and Hartford, so we can get some awesome passenger traffic going on the rails here. So let's start by upgrading kind of the two main roads in and out of or in town here. Right, and then we'll build kind of our perimeter piece. Oops. That's not what I want. There we go. There. And this should hopefully help facilitate some initial development as well. In addition to, obviously, we want to make sure that we've got some easy ways to get around town here. To destroy a couple buildings, that's alright. So I picked the Penn and the Penn Central just because of what assets in the game were available. I think if I had access to more, like Milwaukee Road or another Midwestern line, I would have done that. But this will be okay. This will be cool. I haven't really done a lot of East Coast builds, so that will be kind of neat to see that. And, I mean, there was a connection, right? It's not like we're making that up. The Penn Central certainly did have connections into Chicago. And so it wouldn't have been out of the realm of possibility to see the Northwestern near the Penn Central. And let's see here. I think that covers all of our link ups. Let's fix this little bit right here. Okay. Now, we need, oh, this looks like the perfect stop right there for our machines. Okay, and then a little bus action. And we're really getting ahead of our development with a lot of these stops. That is perfectly okay. Name it, oops, and went to name it, accidentally deleted it. Let's try that again. Call this the north loop. So probably have to add a south loop eventually. Okay, now one big thing I want to do, this is going to be a little bit out of order, but I want to make sure to do this and make sure I leave enough room here on the edge of the map for a second runway just in case. That should be enough. Okay. It seems kind of backwards because that's really, if you think about it, the last step that we need. Simply because, you know, we're going to be training these in. Now, the other fun thing we're going to get to do is I'm going to do electrified freight, because there certainly was electrified freight on the Penn Central. So again, certainly fitting the railroad that we're trying to build off of here. So let's high speed that. Let's do a couple tracks here just in case we want to expand this out. Okay. And perfect. The reason I'm doing this is because I want, let's do a small, okay, perfect. I want this to serve the cargo port, but I also obviously want it to serve the town too. So let's get this going here. Okay, now that'll work. Because we'll need two platforms, because again, eventually we're going to be flying tools in. Or sorry, we're going to be flying machines in. So in addition to the tools that we'll be initially dropping off, we need to also make room for that second product that's going to be coming in. Alright, now get that up and ready to go. Let's get a road depot close, but also far enough out of town to avoid emissions concerns. We're just going to throw 2 buses on that passenger line that we made. Alright, now let's go more vibrant. Nope, we already did that for a bus line. Let's go that. Okay. Yeah, I want it turning around somewhere though. It's good enough for now. We'll fix it later. Okay, PSL tools. Let's use some of these new man trucks here. I'm going to do 4. It's a little overkill for now, but that way we've got it ready. Okay, good deal. So we've got our infrastructure within PSL ready to go. And then we ultimately need to get over to here. Um, I think I want. God, these are so close. I don't think it makes sense to do any rail except for the tools to the town. I don't think it makes any sense. It's so short. We're not really going to make any money off of that. So let's. I'm going to bridge this for in case I want to extend. So we're going to build a track this way, but in case I want to extend it further to the east, I want to make sure we have our bases covered here, and we aren't inhibiting. There we go. All right, now is this a main road? No, so I can mess with this. That looks pretty good. And then we will also need, I'm just going to build straight out. And then actually what I'll do is, we don't even need for this, we can just do an unload stop right there. Okay, that'll work right there. So let's get this built. What am I doing? Completely lost train of thought here. There we go. Okay. Alright, so they'll truck that down here. And then we'll have a whole separate group. Pick it up. Truck it down here. Actually, I don't even think I need a full stop, because we're just dropping off again. So we're just going to make a loop. Perfect. Okay. So let's finish configuring this bad boy. Alright, so we're going to make a line here. And it's going to be PSL lumber 1, because I could easily see us setting up another line. And then PSL planks. Make that a planky color. That works. Okay, now we don't have, probably want to build just another depot right here just to help save time. Oh, I'm adjusting terrain height, not rotating. Okay, let's build 35. We're going to send 10 of them on the planks route, 25 on the lumber route. So we've got that ready to roll. Okay, so now let's build this station right here. Okay. Do I want to flatten this? I think we'll be okay. Yep, we'll just make a tunnel, and I'm cool with that. Ooh, that comes out right there, though, doesn't it? You know what I'm going to do? I am going to flatten this immediate area, because I want to leave space to switch over. And I need to upgrade that anyway. Perfect. Looking good. Looking good. Alright, let's move this out because it's looking kind of weird right now. There we go. That's better. Alright, let's build our switches in. Check there. Do one right before the tunnel, and then one right here. Oh, you know what? I need to be, hold up. We are no longer on the Chicago Northwestern. So if we're going to stay true to form, then we are going to have our trains running on the right side on the Pennsylvania. There we go. Okay. So now let's make our new route. Give it a nice tool tone. Okay. And let's go ahead. We'll build out just so that way we have a depot. Maybe. Signalize just in case, and build the depot. Yep, high speed and catenary. Perfect. Okay. So, like I said, we're going to do some electric freight, the GE E44, which was an actual freight engine that they ran. We're going to run one of them. The tractive effort is through the roof, as is the power. So we do not need to do anything more than one locomotive now. Let's go ahead. We've got, ooh, what do we get? Oh, some gondolas. Ooh, new long distance truck. That'll be handy. And a new bus. Alright, some nifty little upgrades here. Alright, let's honor the fact that we've got some Penn Central action going on. And of course, throw a Northwestern one on, and shout out to the Grand Trunk Western. Okay. PSL tools. Alright, let's see this bad boy roll here. after it gets done autosaving. Let's see how fast it gets up to top speed. We'll kick the speed up just a little bit here. Oh, it's stopping. Duh. Why is it slowing down? Now it's going. That should jump over. Perfect. Yeah, it's a nice smooth acceleration here. Perfect. Oh yeah, 70 miles an hour, done. That's awesome. Okay, and we already, look at that, we already have tools waiting for us. That's the beauty of doing all this work here, and we've got a nice little bit stored up. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and take a preemptive step, and let's make this a green color, and we need to figure out where we are eventually going to be dropping our tools off. It looks like this might be our best bet. Yeah, and in fact, I am going to do that. Now, the other thing we need to be careful about is, oh, that should be PSL machine. No. This is tools. Well, hold up. Why am I putting that one over here when it seems like yeah, that's a much better spot for the machines. So let's do that. Let's fix this here. Okay. So the green's going to be the one that actually is for our tools. This will be for our machines when they do eventually get here. So when they roll up to PSL South, we want to make sure that the only thing they're picking up are machines. And the only thing we want these guys picking up are tools. And the reason that's important is because these vehicles can't compartmentalize, so if it picks up a single tool, it can't pick up any machines, and if it picks up one machine, it can't pick up any tools. So it can really mess up your flow of cargo if you do that. Alright, now he started rolling in. They got a pretty pricey overhead, but he's going to start making up for that as our production grows. Now, we don't have a ton of demand just yet. This is a town of 187. It only needs a max of 42. Right, it's not going to be really pushing it. However, remember I told you I already set up everything back on the other corner of the map to make the most of this. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's set up this route. So we've got this airport, and then like I said, I've already done my work right over here. So we're going to do PSL, Sunnyvale, Tools, Machines. So I've already set this up over here where we've got a machines factory. It's linked up right here. I've already got the planks coming in. I've already got the steel coming in. Ooh, we need a lot of... I need to fix that. I'm going to go ahead and double those GP7s. Okay, so we already have the machines set up. I already have, and look at Sunnyvale, it's the perfect mirror to PSL. It also needs tools and machines. I already have a couple lines plus bus lines. And in fact, let's go ahead and make sure. Did I already do this? Yep, at Sunnyvale North, this one only picks up machines, and this one only picks up tools. Perfect. Alright, so we are ready to roll here. So we need to get a vehicle. I like what I found at this point, 1960s, 70s, the Canadair is the perfect one. It can carry 27. Maintenance is not crazy, it's reasonable. So we're going to buy one here. And then we're going to go over, and we're also going to buy one here, because we're going to need two pretty fast. But my fear is, I want to build them on the opposite ends of the map, so that way we don't want the two of them landing right next to each other. I want a pretty solid stream. Now, that should impact our shipment. Yep, our shipment's going up, which is great. This one won't be impacted by it yet, but the next go around should. I'm going to go ahead and speed up our time here so we can see how this is running. Meanwhile, let's check on our industries over here. Okay, so we need a second train here. How's our ore looking? Pretty good, actually. That's not a huge deal. This definitely needs some support. Get a second train on the line there. Alright, now we're going to start cranking out a little bit more, because now all of a sudden there's multiple folks that they need to serve. Hold up. See what I just realized? What I just realized is this is not connected to the airport. So we need to fix that. Now, is it going to be simple or hard? That's the question. That's connected, but this is not. Dang it. Okay, so we're gonna need to move this, is what that means. And that's alright. Lesson learned. And the reason I caught that is because I was noticing that it wasn't funneling any of the machines to the airport. And that was my first sign of trouble. So, okay. PSL tools. Why is it saying it can't connect? Oh, it's not going to let me go over that switch. Yeah, okay. You know what, we can just delete that. That's not good. Let's try this this again. Okay. This is tools, so the only thing I want them picking up here is tools. Let's make sure, yep, this is connected to both. It would be my luck that we would add this, and then it would not, there we go. Alright, now we should start to see that impact. Maybe? Fix one more thing since we changed that up. No need to complicate the streets here. Let's just run it straight through like this. Bingo. Okay, now let's see if that corrected our issue over. Yep, okay, so now we got stuff going. Our shipment's up. We do need more steel. How do we fix that? Oh, by getting a ton of it right now. No big deal. Perfect. Okay, so only 3 machines for now, and that's okay. This is one of those things that takes a while to set up, but then the profit return is awesome. This guy pick up tools? No. He might still have a problem over on this side of the line. Let's see what we got going on here. Let's speed it up even more, just so we can figure out what's going on. Again, I don't mind that we're in the hole, because once this operation picks up, it's going to be in a much better situation. Okay, none of the tools are going. Did I forget to put trucks on the line? Okay. This is serving that. Yep, that's exactly what the problem is. Okay, now let's see if that does it. Yep, there we go. Now we've got it online. Okay, good deal. Okay, we're going to do, so now that we know that we got both sides of this online, I'm going to do just a quick time jump so that we don't have to sit there and watch it ramp up. And then that's where we'll wrap up the episode. Alright folks, we are online and looking really good here. As you can see, this plane has a full load of tools. And also you can see that it is now making stupidly good amounts of money, that it's carrying full tools and full machines both. I mean, look at that. That's just absurd, right? So this is awesome because it's going to facilitate growth in 2 corners of the map, but then also, some of the rail things that we want to do to try and fit our goal of making it a northwestern build. It's not necessarily going to be the most profitable, right? Because we're not trying to necessarily play exclusively to the game mechanics, but having like a line or two like this from airlines will kind of give us the steady income base that we need, so that way we can do more of those things. So as you can see, we're flying in. We're gonna have definitely some stuff to updating and upkeeping to do in future episodes. Um, we got to work on this lumber situation here, get some more traffic going on here. Um, there certainly is one thing that I want to do. That was a weird transition out. Well, first of all, you can see the impact that it's had. Pretty rapid, both here in Sunnyvale and also over back here in Port St. Lucie. It's catching up to Sunnyvale, and you can see again, pretty dramatic impact. And even over here, even this line is borderline profitable now. Remember, it was like 2 million a hole last we looked, and now with this latest, it's going to be profitable real soon. So we're getting into good shape. Now this line is leveling well. It's already leveled up to level 2. It's pushing to level 3. This is leveling up to level 2, which is really nice. This is halfway through its max level. And so this is all looking really good. But then I noticed over here, this is kind of stalled out. But the reason why is because this produces both steel and slag. And so, although it's allocating 200 over here, and even though this is already almost to level 3, this isn't really moving the needle because it needs a slag customer. Now, I picked this one because you might have noticed there is a steel mill right down here. I picked this one because of slag, and the reason why is because over here, this doesn't just take sand, it also takes slag. So I want to go ahead and get that online, even though it doesn't have anything to do with Penn Central. It's going to be critical to getting this working correctly. So we're going to go ahead and work that out. So we're going to go ahead and extend our main line. Oops, maybe. Extend our main line like this. And then let's go ahead, see if we can get it down at a decent speed. Yeah, that's pretty decent. Oh, but I don't want it to jump over. I want it to come, maybe I gotta start from over here. Yep, there we go. Perfect. Now, if I'm remembering correctly, this is going to be super cool in just a second here. So we've got that. We're going to run it up. And you can see it's going to connect right here, and that way our main line can flow through. And that way it'll hit Temecula, and then I figure it'll swing up and hit Flint, and that'll be the end of a very long mainline run. From spring, basically runs the length of the map, which is super cool. Okay, so let's do cement bridge. How does that look? Yeah, okay, we'll roll with that. We're in the 70s, can be a little more modern with it, I guess. There we go. There we go. Tunnel action. I'm going to temporarily delete this. Delete that. There we go. Okay, now do that, let's rebuild our depot. It's going to be a jumbled mess of tracks. I don't care. There we go. Perfect. Looking very good. And again, this is not just about taking care of the slag issue, it's also about extending the main line, getting it up nice and running. Although we're not going to have any connect to Grand Prairie just yet. But we will use a good chunk of this line to get up to our construction materials. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Okay, and check right here. Check on the other side of the tunnel. Clear those old ones out. Okay. Perfect. And we want to make sure we get this little interchange signal. We don't want that jumping too soon. We don't want this jumping too soon. Okay. Alright, now the last piece we need to add is this. We need to add do a quick development of this town here, because this is where we're going to be delivering products to. Okay, there we go. Let's upgrade this. See if there's any of these we need to complete. Looks like it. Okay. So then let's go ahead and get our truck unload stop set up. I'm not going to worry about bus service right now because we're just trying to get to the end of this video. Certainly don't need 2 platforms here. Let's configure this up. Exits. make a new line. Let's do that shade of blue. Okay. Temecula comments. It is, you know what we're going to do. Let's make this, let's give it a proper throughway out of here. There we go. Much cleaner loop. Alright, I don't think we have a depot around here. Okay, so now to finish this off, you know what, let's see. Let's just go ahead and build it straight like this. And we'll signalize. Okay. I want you to go onto track 2, make it darker red. You're going to branch out and come over this way. Yep, perfect. You're going to be on the other platform. Temecula slag con mats. Now, is this going to be the ideal one? We're going to use the, I hate that color scheme, but just for variation, we'll use that one. Okay. Yes. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. It's going to make me use a gondola, isn't it? Ugh. Rip. Struggle's real. Okay, we're going to have to make this like the other train. And that's alright for now. When we get to intermodal, it's going to be better. 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then, so, because of that, throw a third locomotive on there and call it good. Okay, let's see if that registers. It does. And look at that. See, totally solved our problem. Now it's going to level up, and which is huge because look at how much it has stored, right? So it was really choking off our production, which wasn't really good for anybody. So let's do one more quick time jump, and then we'll wrap up the video for real. Alright, now we are at a point where we can wrap up for real, and we are in really solid shape. Our initial Penn Central line has taken off. This is pretty much a full train at this point. On top of that, our city right over here continues to grow. And as you can see, it's just skyrocketing. We now have 4 planes on this line, and we still have, you know, plenty of cargo going around. I did realize one goof over here that I had imported. I'll have to check on that here in a little bit. I had added an asset to help solve that problem of the needing 2 different kinds of freight cars for this line. And so I went ahead and fixed this because I realized I had added these 66-foot mill gondolas that carry all of those things. And so I was able to consolidate all of, not just this, but also the Grand Prairie sand line down to this as well, which means now they're operating at peak efficiency, right? They're coming in with a full load, using all the cars on the way in, but then they're going to be able to use, well, not quite yet because Temecula is still growing, but eventually they'll be able to use, you know, everything on the way out as well. which is really good. But you can see look at the impact that the airline route. I mean, 25 million. It's none of my other routes come even close. So you can see what I mean when I say that really kind of it's almost game breaking in terms of how much money you can make off of that. I mean, we had to do quite a bit to set that line up, but still. So this is in great shape. And when we return next time, now that we've established the Penn Central, although it's not a ton, but it's there, the next thing to do is again to build our lines up to Philly. And along the way, make sure that the needs of these cities are being met, because if there's not people, then there's no real point in building a passenger service. So our next focus will be food, also fuel, because we've kind of run into this dilemma here where we've really kind of peaked. And notice we're only meeting, about 60% of fuel needs. This thing's cranking out to the best of its abilities. We're bringing in as much as we can, and yet it's not being met, and that's just because it's being strained to meet the demands of two really massive cities. So if we manage to get another refinery online down here that can help out a smaller town and Hartford, and if we can really push this production capacity up and start feeding some fuel down this way, distribute the load a little bit, can we push these cities to grow even further? Because I mean, there's been some builds, like if you watch like Squirrel's series, he's got some cities with like 4,000 people in them. So can we push these cities up to that point? So, but that's where we're at. We're in really good shape. The Penn Central's online. Next week we'll develop it even further, get another passenger line going, and that's what we'll do. So thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next episode. Thanks.